Night before practice. This looks like a pretty good place to park and sleep tonight. I'm near a boat launch. Lake's right over there. I'm getting hungry. It's been a long day. Shot a little video, did a lot of tackle and just boat prep, tackle prep, getting ready for tomorrow. So it's time for dinner. I'm going to show you the pantry. This is the pantry right here, folks. Ooh boy, there's dinner on the road right there. Got a can of moose meat, applesauce, venison, deer, hot pepper deer, regular deer, garlic deer, more deer, some beets, and some pickles. So, a lot of people ask, or a lot of people don't really understand why I hunt. But this is a prime example right here. I mean, I love hunting, but I also love eating deer and eating moose. And it provides for me for, man, it could be a year, it could be over a year. So I shot a giant deer a couple of years back in 2015, and that's actually what I'm eating right now. You can see the date on the top of that thing. It's 2015. As long as this thing pops, when I open it, that meat's still good. So that's what it looks like. A good friend of mine, Mary Johnston, helped me can this. We might have went a little overboard on the garlic on this one, but looks like we got some mushrooms in this one, some onions, some green peppers, and just a lot of deer. I was packing for at least 2 to 3 people on this one, but then once you eat it, you got to keep it refrigerated. But before then, you're good to go with whatever the room temperature is. Now this is the important part right here, that this is still sealed. Oh boy, that's sealed. That's really hard to pop off there. It's a lot of force. Nice. It's fresh. Did you hear it? I hope you did. There's a lot of onions on the top. Big old chunk of deer meat right there. Wow. It's pretty amazing right there. Mushrooms and onions and deer meat. You can't beat that. I relive the hunt every time I eat from this animal. It was, I'm very fortunate to hunt up in northern Maine with a great group of guys. And we hunt the same week every year for the last probably decade. And we hunt in the remote wilderness, at least 100 miles from the nearest town. And this deer right here was about 4 miles from the truck from where I shot him. And, luckily, Mike Osborne was there to help drag it out, and Toby Osborne and Steve Osborne came and helped finish it with a drag, and Jeff Osborne helped. I think he gave a lot of moral support. Jeff's always good for that too. And man, we got that thing out, and I've been eating off it for looks like 2 years now, taking it on the road with me, and it's great because you don't even have to cook it. It's already been cooked in that canning process, and it is good. Well, that's going to do it. Practice starts tomorrow. I'm going to try to get some sleep. I'm pretty excited. It's Guntersville Lake. Being here today, I got a feeling that the spawn's pushed back a little bit harder than I thought, or we're not as close to it as I was thinking. I won't know till I see the water temperature tomorrow and see what the fish are doing. And bridges, man. It's Guntersville. Bridges. It's always one on bridges, pretty much. 9 times out of 10, it seems these early tournaments are one on bridges. So, and I don't know if it's something you could practice or you could find or learn, or if it's just one of those things where, you're driving by and you hit the right one, or it's open, or. So I'll be checking bridges tomorrow, and then the rest of the game plan's still good. I'm going to get back on my Navionics app on the iPad and really try to search more areas. And geez, just going to have an awesome day tomorrow. Rolling out some stuff, rolling in some stuff, trying to find that winning bag of fish. Man, I think I got everything. So there's a cooler ahead of you. Yep. There's a cooler ahead of you or down there, whatever you prefer. And dude, feel free, like, jump into waters, beef jerky.
Oh no, buddy, I'm good.
All right, but
I got this new deal. I don't eat much, so.
All right, don't hesitate, man, because I got a ton
Thank
of it. All right, this is what 53.5. That's what I really wanted to know right there. All right.
Going for a run?
Nah.
No?
No, we're gonna idle through there.
Oh, okay.
First practice day, Lake Guntersville. I got my buddy Andrew here. Andrew and I, we met, what year was that?
2 years ago?
2 years ago. So I think it's like 2015, on Lake Okeechobee. Andrew was a co-angler on day 2 or 3? Two. And I had a really good day one. He had a good day one. And man, he just really stepped it up and was like, let me know what I could do to stay out of your way. I'm here to learn. If you have anything you want to give me for advice, I'll take it. If it screws you up to be flipping behind you, I'll do something else. I mean, just absolute perfect co-angler. You could not ask for a better co-angler. Really took a lot of pressure off me and made it for a fun day. I think he ended up catching his personal best that day. I said, hey man, I'm gonna be flipping these heads. It's a great idea to throw something out there like a jig or something else. And he did it. And what you got 1 over 6, right?
Yeah.
He smashed a 6-pounder. And we just had a great day and stayed in touch. He's from Canada. You can't tell, he looks a little cold, but I'm from Maine and I look a little cold too. So it's like 30s right now. And man, it's just a great time. And now we're practicing together and it's gonna be fun. For practice day 1 at Lake Guntersville. Did not smash them. It was a grind. It was very cold and the wind blew pretty hard. It snowed or sleet, whatever you want to call it, probably 3 or 4 times. And I never really found them. I ran some of my best stuff from years past and I had one good bite that came off on a jig. And man, I didn't get anything else going on the other spots. And then I basically just kind of sampled everything that works here or has worked in the past. I ran some bridges, I ran some riprap, I ran some channels, some eelgrass, some offshore, some docks, and some flipping water. And I ended up getting my best bites actually flipping mats. I got probably 5 bites in 1 hour, and I think I had 5 bites the rest of the day, and none of those first 5 were keepers, and the last 5 bites, at least 3 of those were keepers. So I got a backup like today, it'd be a major backup plan. It's not really what I want to do because I don't think there's enough weight there. I think it's a 15-pound bag, unless you pop one good one in. But hey, it's a way to catch keepers. It was a kind of a grind today, tough day to get them to bite. I talked to a couple buddies of mine on the water today in the tournament, and they were struggling too. So tomorrow's another day. I'm gonna check another area, go to where I think I can find a little bit warmer water. Go check that out, and we're gonna take a look there. Trying to find my way to this boat launch. So we're in a massive cold front, and that just makes it a little bit harder to find the fish, because you're not getting the reaction, you're not getting the positive feedback that you'd get if the weather was warmer or if the fish were active or really moving. So it just makes it a little harder. You're gonna have to go by your instinct, go by what you think they're doing, where you think they are, and just kind of hope that's true. It's a little bit after midday on day 2 of practice, and man, I'm struggling. This is a major grind. I got pretty much not anything going, not figuring out one, where they are, and 2, how to catch them. So I got a little bit yesterday on that flipping deal, which isn't enough. Been in Mud Creek most of the day, Goose Pond, North Saudi, now South Saudi, and I'm gonna go try a bridge, do what they do in Guntersville. Like, I guess you punt, just run to a bridge and go try it out. So that's what I'm gonna go do now and see if I can get something going. Otherwise, my mind is going through about 100 different options of why I'm not catching them or finding them. Trying to figure out, the hardest part of this game is figure out if they're there and you're not catching them, or if you're just not catching them because they're not there. And that's the hardest part of the game, is try to figure out what they're doing. And once you find them, then you can figure out different ways to catch them and catch better, bigger fish. But until then, boy, it's a struggle. So struggling, but it only takes about 5 minutes of practice to find the winning spot. So just haven't hit that 5 minutes yet. So I'm gonna go check a bridge, go see if I can get bit throwing at a bridge, and maybe go run some other patterns, check them out. So this is it. Last day of practice. First 2 have been a struggle, to say the least. This place is always a grind, it seems, in practice for me. This is the 3rd time I've been here, and today, this year, it's the toughest I've ever seen it. And I thought it might just be for me, but talking to my friends and other guys, other pros in the tournament, they are struggling too. So you're looking at like 1 and 2 keepers a day, maybe 4 or 5 bites a day, and that's what I've been on. And from the 5 or 6 buddies that I talked to, and 3 or 4 other guys at the gas station just over here, and how they're doing too, it's been pretty well brutal as far as the bite on everybody. So, but today's the warmest temperature yet in the morning. It's 46 degrees out. Every other morning's been like low 30s, high 20s. So you're looking at it, maybe it's stabilizing a little bit, maybe it's warming up. It's supposed to be sunny today, mid 60s today and tomorrow. So hopefully these fish just turn back on like a switch, and it's my job to kind of figure out what spots I fished through in practice that where I didn't get any positive reinforcement or have any success. I have to figure out, you know, if those spots are going to be good enough in the tournament or good in the tournament. That's the hardest part about this job, is trying to figure out what's going on even when you're not getting any positive reinforcement, or figuring out, you know, getting a bite here or there just to show you where the fish are. So it adds a little guessing game to it, adds a little gut instinct, but we still have one more day, which is today, and we're going to go out there and just hammer on them as hard as we can, see if we can put something together and find something so we can do well in this tournament, possibly win, cash a check, get some points. Doing one fish in 2 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, dude,
Wonderful.
you're with everybody else. Yeah, like that. What do you think it costs?
A couple hundred to build, probably. That property, I don't know what property values are like.
All right, we're in our off day. Practice is officially over as of last night. And it was a tough practice. I mean, it was the toughest practice I've ever had at any lake for any tournament in my life. I think I caught either 2 or 3 keepers that were just barely keepers. They got to be 15 inches here. And man, I'm lost. I hate to say this, you know, we're doing the season. I want to come out here obviously and smash them. I want to smash them for the show, smash them for myself, for my friends and family and my sponsors, but that didn't happen in practice. But that's okay, because here's the deal. Tomorrow morning at blast off, we're all starting tied for first place with 0 pounds. So, you know, the dock talk is a lot of guys are struggling. I talked to a handful of my buddies that are out here pro fishing, and you put 3 or 4 of them together and they didn't even get a limit for the entire week, you know, for combined what they had. You add my 2 fish to it, maybe we got a limit with like 5 or 6 pros together. So that's like 11 to 12 hours a day of sunlight here, 33 to 35 hours, let's call it, on the water, and I got 2 keepers. And it wasn't like I was sticking to one thing. You know, that's one thing I was trying to do, and, you know, I'm hoping if I bear down in an area or with a pattern that I'll be able to pluck some more out of it. But, you know, I worked the bridges. I worked several bridges. I tried deep on the main river. I tried some humps. I tried grass bed, shallow. I tried spawning coves. I tried way in the back of creeks. I tried whatever else, docks. I tried trees, laydowns. I tried just about everything I could to get something going and try to build off of that. That's kind of what you do out here when you're on a body of water that you're not familiar with, or you don't know that well, or you've never been there, is you get an idea what you want to do, and if it works a little bit, then you can add to it and you put those puzzle pieces together. Well, I just never seemed to get a puzzle piece. I ended up getting like 7 bites or 8 bites all week, or all 3 days in practice. 2 of them were keepers, the other ones were all shorts. And, you know, I tried just about every technique. The only thing maybe I do different now, you know, because you're always looking at practice and you're thinking, you know, you do a recap and you assess what you did right or what you did wrong and kind of build from it. Maybe fishing slower. You know, I did drag a Carolina rig. I dragged the jig around. I cranked real slow. Slow roll the chatterbait. Used just about every technique I could, but I think right now the fish are just so screwed up with the weather. You know, that first, they had 70s in air temperature and the water shot up way up above 60 for a couple weeks there. So I think the fish started rushing in, you know, to get ready to spawn. And then we hit like a week and a half to 2 weeks of just really cold weather here. It was in the 20s, you know, at night, and the water temp dropped down to high 40s, low 50s. It got as high as 55 when it was sunny yesterday. But I think it's put the fish in like real shock mode, where they're not sure what's going on, if they're going to move back out or move all the way in or eat, and it's really got them screwed up. So I think they're there. I think I can get something going. I got a couple different things that were working for me. I got that little flipping deal up north where I got the most bites probably. I got one keeper, and then I had some other bites. Another one might have been a keeper that came off. It's not a real big area, so if there's other guys in there flipping, it could get hurt in a hurry. And I don't think fish are coming in. I don't think it's an area where they're going to regroup or reload in there. So it's going to be like a one-time pass deal. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they're still there. I got one grass bed about the size of this boat where I got 4 other bites. That was where I caught my other keeper and some shorts. So I'm going to look for more areas like that in practice. I'm going to hammer on those areas. And then I got one other thing from the other 2 times I was here. I had an area in Goose Pond that treated me well, and I just couldn't get it going in practice there. I set the hook on one with a jig there and it came off. So I'm hoping there's some more fish in there if I lean on it a little bit harder. But as of right now, before I do my tackle and regroup on the day off, my plan for tomorrow is going to be go out there and chase a rattle trap around in the grass and see if I can get some bites. You know, mentally where I'm at is I'm feeling pretty good about it. As terrible as it was and as bad as the practice was, like I said earlier, we're all starting at zero. And if I can get on a roll or get into a hot area or get something going or put something together during the tournament, I'm going to leapfrog so many places because of how tough it is out there. There's going to be some guys at zero. There's going to be some guys, you know, that a lot of guys aren't going to catch a limit. There's going to be some monster mega bags too. But I think the guys that can go out and catch 5 fish or catch, you know, a limit of fish or a decent bag, you know, 12 to 14 pounds a day, should be able to get out of here with a check and some good points and start the season off at a good run. You know, if you find something better than that, that's awesome. But you know, right now I'm kind of hoping every fish is going to be a blessing, you know, after not catching one keeper yesterday and one each the days before. So each fish is going to be key, and hopefully I'll be able to build on that and grow from that and have an awesome tournament here. What's up, man? Joe.
Hey, Joe. Jimmy Reese.
Jimmy. What's up, Russ?
Hey, man.
You guys are on. You're going to be on the reality TV show inside the FLW tour.
Man, you're a boat rigger guy. Ain't never gonna go you again.
No.
Better not have no trouble, man.
The one thing you learn is you never listen to bass fishermen. You watch 28 pounds a day is going to win.
That's all?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just telling you.
Just 28?
Just 28.
I figured it'd be at least over 30.
Yeah.
How'd your practice go?
It's different.
Yeah.
This was on my bucket list. Well, it's on a new list now, just so you know.
Which bucket? The outhouse list?
They say it fishes just like Clear Lake, which is my home lake.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could see it, but it's not fishing the way it should. So it's all good.
Have you had a worse practice than this one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you go. So
No, I'm optimistic. It's
right.
gonna happen. How about you?
I've never had a worse practice.
Really?
This is it. I've caught 2 keepers out there in practice for 3 days, maybe 5 other fish.
Isn't that the way you want to start out a year?
No, it's not. You're getting off to a good start and all that good stuff, negative.
Yeah.
But I've been here, this is my 3rd time. The first 2 times were grinds too, and I ended up getting a check each time. So hopefully,
it is.
hopefully
you never want to win practice anyways.
They stopped giving out trophies for that a couple years ago.
Well, the house we're staying at, no, there is a trophy for that. But
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, how are you, sir?
This is my good buddy, Bill Taylor. He's in charge. Pay attention.
You have coastal sunglasses?
Yes.
Okay, you have coast on your jersey or?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You just have to have a shirt or hat or something. Where are you staying?
Walmart. Yep.
Where, Nixon?
Truck. In the truck.
You still got your ranger? Larry.
The sign up. We're signing up.
How many people stay with you?
Just me.
Just you?
Yeah.
How many nights? He's still on the way.
7.
Signs off. That's where everyone's sitting. Oh, now see, I told him, bad practice means great
I
tournament.
agree. There's so many fish that haven't been caught yet.
There it is.
All right, I like it.
I like it, Joe Holland.
Is it good?
It is good.
Man, it's good to see you again. Wow, look at this. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Only get you shot in and come around all the way.
What you got up there, Matt?
Best rod's made, dude. TCS. It's got Scott Martin's name on it. It's got to be good, right?
Oh, wow. Is that a real autograph? Can you get that thing signed?
I can. I know a guy.
You bet. Hey guys, what's free old spice?
Here's Greg working hard.
Make it smell good.
He's out here. He's in the parking lot at Walmart. It's chilly. It's the day before the tournament. And take a peek. Look how hard this guy's working.
There you go. Want a body wash too? Well, thank you. New bear glove. Thank you. Okay, there you can get your old man. That's good. That'll be good stuff. You want a body wash too? Yeah. You'll smell so good tomorrow. Woo!
So, Greg, what do we got going on here, bud?
Man, Joe, what I do, and this is part of my program with Old Spices, is we set up at every tour event, we set up on the front steps of Walmart, and we give away product. You know, one of the goals this year is to give away 5,000 products of Old Spice. So everybody comes up, man. Here you go, man. Yeah, you want a body wash?
Take a card, too, my friend.
Yeah, take one of my cards. So what we just try to stand out here. I tell people I'm helping relationships all across the country. You know what? Because I have wives and girlfriends come up to me the next day or the next week and say, "Man, thanks for giving that to my boyfriend and my husband." So hey, we make people smell good and we have fun doing it.
That's
so
awesome.
It's awesome. I enjoy this part of my job. You know, tomorrow we got to go to work, the real part of the work,
Sure.
and try to find the fish. But today is fun for me.
Man, that's awesome, Greg. Thanks so much
You
for telling the folks at home
you
what's
bet,
going
Joe.
on
Hey,
and
thanks
showing
for
them what
stopping by.
works on tour.
All right, cool.
We're here with Brandon McMillan, Florida and Alabama specialist. Can you tell us a little bit about this lake and how this tournament's going to wind up?
I want to go home right now.
It was that good?
That good.
All right, well, we'll move on down to Gussie. Gussie, what do you think, bud?
I'm just happy to be in a boat. I could be ice fishing right now back in Canada, so I'm happy.
All right, he's happy. Yeah. You heard it here, folks. One happy, one sad. We'll see how they come. We'll see how they feel at the end of the day.
Father God, we also thank you so much for the hospitality and just warm welcome that this city has given us. We pray that you'll put a special blessing on them in this year to come, and that you would have your hand on Guntersville. God, we pray that you would be with each and every one of these anglers today, that in some way, form, or fashion, God, that they can see you, and some of them maybe for the first time. Father, I pray also that you would just, if they don't know you, help them to come to know you on a personal level. God, we thank you for the staff, FLW, and everything that they do.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
All right, guys, it's game day. We're here at Lake Guntersville. It's Groundhog Day, February 2nd, 2017. Getting ready to kick off the first tour event of the season. I probably said it once or twice, had a really tough practice. Doesn't matter. I'm tied for the lead right now. I'm going to give them heck. I'm excited to get out there. Going to go out and chase that trap around for a little while and try to build off it and get myself in some grass and make something happen. So I'm excited. Every fish is going to be a blessing today, and hopefully we'll be culling by the end of the day. Hopefully we'll be on stage. So that's the story. Really appreciate everybody following, tuning in, watching the show, and hopefully I get some really good footage for you today.
164. And 165. Thanks, guys.
All right, that should keep up. Good job. think that keeps. We're gonna check. Gonna be close. Oh yeah. Fish number one, baby. We're weighing in. Oh yeah. Fish number two, baby. Got him. Yeah. Got him. Ready? Keep.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Number three.
Got him? Let me know which side when you get close.
Coming left, coming
Okay,
left.
got
Yeah.
you. No way.
I knew I didn't have it.
Shit.
$162.
It's dark early in these parks.
Yeah, thank you.
Far away, man.
Throw him that thing. Oh,
It's in the boat. Thanks.
golly, Kendrick fucking smashed me. 25. Shitload of huge bags. Damn. 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 They fucking caught him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, long day. It's 5 o'clock. Did not catch him. Had one good one pop off. Got 3 in the bag for probably 8 pounds, maybe. And they cracked them too. Just gonna have to go crack them tomorrow. Figured something out at the end of the day. I got a little something going, so a 4.5 pounder that came off, that would have helped, but hey, that's fishing. Oh.
Freedom Express Pro Joe Holland from Jefferson, Maine. Joe got 3 today. Woo.
It was a struggle out there, guys. Had a lot of fun though, fishing.
Wow. Got it on though. 3 today, 7 pounds, 15 ounces, Joe Holland. Have a good day.
Thanks, sir.
Man. Yes, sir. Brent Bradford out of Tullahoma.
Guntersville recap. Man, with tournament fishing, there are highs and lows. You know, when you do well in a tournament, or you win a tournament, or you figure something out in a tournament, it's like the highest of highs. You're top of the mountain. Greatest feeling in the world. When you don't do well, it's the bottom of the valley right there. It's the lowest of lows. And man, I got a grumbling in my gut right now after driving away from this one. This was probably the worst tournament I've ever had. Worst practice, worst tournament. I just flat out never figured them out. You know, that's what drives me nuts, because that's what I love to do, and that's what I pride myself in, is figuring them out and, you know, making adjustments. And I just never did it this tournament. I never did it successful anyway. First time I ever zeroed that I can remember. That stings. I mean, that really stings. It's just never got any traction, you know, to build upon anything. And the little bit I did find, I guess, wasn't something that you could, you know, duplicate. So, bad tournament. You know, when we said we were going to shoot this season, give you an inside look, I was hoping to be a better look than that, but we're going to give it to you, the good and the bad, and this was certainly the bad part of it. You know, it's a stinger right there, but it's not the end of the world. I'm in the truck right now, and I'm heading towards the next tournament, so, you know, I'm pretty pumped about that, and I'm going to build from it. You know, it's not a total loss or a complete failure if you can learn something from it or gain something from it. I know I gained a bunch this tournament. You know, I feel like I kept my head together, which was pretty good. You know, I didn't spin out or panic or anything like that, even up till the last minute. Let this cop go. There you go. But golly, I just honestly still don't know what I missed or what I could have done differently. It's just beyond me. And that's going to happen sometimes, but man, you hope to get by it at this level, and you hope it doesn't happen at this level, or you know, the first tournament of the year, kick off your season, maybe build a little bank, build a little confidence, build a little momentum. You know, momentum's huge in this sport. So I'm going to look at Travis. That's our next tournament. I'm going to look at that as, you know, the first tournament of the year for me. I'm going to put Guntersville behind me. I got about a 13-hour drive to get down to Texas, and I'll use the whole damn thing to drive this frankly pissed off out of my system and frustration out of my system, and put Guntersville behind me and get ready for the next one. So that's what I'm doing. You know, I was going to head up to Cumberland and look at that for the April tournament, but I got talking to David Dudley, and you know, he said there's really no point in going up there this early. You know, if it rains a bunch before then, and we're probably going to have a site tournament, so you know, driving the wrong direction 4 or 5 hours for the week off doesn't make a lot of sense. And you know, he said you're much better off going down to Texas and getting a feel for what the fish are eating, you know, how they're reacting, what they're doing, what stage of the spawn they're in, and you know, hammer on some of them Texas fish on some area lakes. We're not allowed on Travis, we're off limits. So made a lot of sense. And when you know, I'm pretty sure David Dudley's the leading money leader in the history of FLW. So, you know, when he's gracious enough to give me any advice, I'm darn sure gonna take it. So I'm in the truck right now. I'm heading to Texas, and gonna burn off Guntersville off these tires along the pavement all the way, and I'm gonna leave it behind me and build upon that. So that's where I'm heading. That's your tournament recap. I'm sure you've seen the footage. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot of fish catches on it. Gonna put it behind me.